Hello, Stevie Coyle here at Mighty Fine Guitars with the Friday Noontime webcast, it being Friday at noon on the west coast of the United States. It's the Friday Noontime webcast, a fairly regular feature here where I demo various guitars for you, not demolish, that's construction lingo, demonstrate for you. Fabulous guitars that walk into the shop all by themselves, unbidden. All of the guitars that I have in here, however many there are, dozens, few dozen, all walked in by themselves. Well, they didn't walk in by themselves. People brought them in, but I solicited none of them. And they showed up here, and I have the best job in the world. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I give guitar lessons. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I sell guitars. And that's all right. That's all right. Beats working, as they say. I'm very, very fortunate, and I realize that. Let me check and make sure that the signal is actually going out, that we're doing what we ought to be doing here. Looks like it. Very good. All right. Let us proceed. And by all means, do enter and sign in, please. I'm always interested to see where people are signing in from. And do let me know if you have any questions, any comments, if the sound is okay in particular. I got to show you this guitar just to get the visuals going, too. What an incredibly gorgeous thing. Today, I'm featuring a very unusual guitar made by the guys in Tom Ribbecke's shop back in 2007. This guitar is a Ribbecke Guitar Company Halfling. Because it's half one thing, it's half another. It's kind of a push-me-pull-you. It's half archtop and half flat top. And it sounds fantastic. Sometimes I get tempted by the guitars in my own shop, but then I go home and play the guitar I have there, and I go, oh, that's right. That's the sound I like to make. But this guitar is quite remarkable, even for a folky finger styler like me. Slender body, in many respects, very archtoppy. Slender body, look at that maple, rich maple back and sides. Sitka spruce top, fantastic. Archtop construction in which it's more like violin construction than typical, what you and I would probably consider typical guitar construction, where the string pressure pulls up on the top by having the ball ends or being tied off down here at the bridge and having the string pressure pull up on the top to activate the top. This is more violinish and mandolinish and violin and mandocello-ish and cello-ish. All of those, that whole family of stringed instruments, much more like that, in which the string pressure pushes down on the top of the guitar. And I'll play this one in just a second, but for a moment, just to give you context, an archtop guitar typically sounds more like this. Now this, I admit, 1930s, late 1930s, God knows who made it, Lyon and Healy, Harmony, one of those companies in Chicago in the late 30s. And they typically have this very heavy on the fundamental sort of sound. Kind of chunky, lots of saturation, where you can go chunk. Lydia, oh Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Lydia the tattooed lady. She has eyes that men adore so, and a torso even more so. Hear that sound? You know that sound. Kind of a jazz guitar sound. Well, the Halfling sounds a bit different, as you will see. I will demonstrate for you right now. Wow, there's a huge bass response. Kind of designed to appeal to both the archtoppers who are going to love the Ken Armstrong pickup and the archtoppiness of the thing, including that floating fingerboard construction that's really kind of required on an archtop guitar, because you can't just paste down the fingerboard extension onto an arched top. This thing is a joy to play. Just because that is so unexpected out of a guitar this shape. Super radical with the offset sound hole as well. new strings on there. Thanks, Alan. Has a richness that is designedly, if I can coin a term, designedly absent from most jazz guitars that want to have that kind of chunky, tons of fundamental sort of sound. Now, I'll demo this guitar next week again, very briefly, with an amplifier. But this week I just wanted you to hear this thing. Even folky stuff sounds really great on it. And I've got some stuff to read you, just because there's a lot of information out there on this guitar, which is no longer being made. Really interesting sound. The neck is kind of D-shaped. You know how neck's going to be either C-shaped, either kind of an open C or a closed C, where it kind of pinches in across the fingerboard up here. This is very D-ish and feels jazz guitar in that respect as well, I guess. Oh, it's a joy to bring in that big bass note and have it rumble like a flat top guitar. Maple neck, lovely maple neck, beautifully appointed, as you expect from anything coming out of Tom Ribbecke's shop. This is from 2007, and let me read you a bit about it, because there's a whole lot of stuff that I didn't know until I did just a bit of research on it. Right, 2007, the original guitar was sold through an outfit called Destroy All Guitars, which was a place designed to be kind of a spot for the kind of boutique luthiers and amp builders to feature their wares. Revolutionary design of guitars and basses in which the soundboard is flat on the bass side and arched on the treble side. I'll point. I'll be kind of Carol Merrill here. Flat on this side, arched on this side. How you do that is a feat of engineering unto itself, but in this case, it really works. The Halflings are capable of large fundamental bass response with the ability to hear and distinguish all the notes of a complex chord when ringing together. Yep, exactly. So, like I was saying, a lot of jazz guitars, and certainly this little old beast over here, the mystery archtop, designed for saturation, so that you hear all of the notes kind of at the same time. This one, if you arpeggiate the chord, you can hear each of those notes really super individually in the way that is more akin to the typical sound of a flat top guitar. But you get that kind of modulation of the super high end. There's plenty of sparkle, and it's a spruce top. But it doesn't have that super high ringy sound that's typically associated with flat top guitars that qualifies in many ears as a good guitar, to have a super ringy high end. To continue, from finearchtops.com, Tom Ribbecke was born in Brooklyn. He went on to San Francisco in the early 70s. It was the first of the Mission District, premier archtop builders in the world, with a considerable waiting list of many different models of guitars and basses, employing carved top and back technology. Tom Ribbecke, what a guy. Northern California guy. I'm so lucky to live so close to so many great builders. The San Francisco Bay Area is just lousy with them, to coin a term. In 2003, Tom invented the Halfling guitar. The patented design is a unique blend of the steel string acoustic guitar and the archtop guitar that offers versatility, enhanced bass response, and feedback suppression not found in any other archtop guitar. As one would expect, these are superior instruments which have no compromises in playability, quality, craftsmanship, and tone. I concur completely. There are now two distinctly separate entities. Whenever this was written, pull that off the web. There are now two distinctly separate entities, Ribbecke Guitar Company Corporation, which produces the Halfling guitar, and Halfling bass and Ribbecke guitars. And that's Tom's private practice, where he continues to handcraft truly exceptional museum-quality archtops and exquisite design for which he is world famous. Amen. You bet. Let me play it a bit more for you, and check to see if there are any comments or questions. Welcome, all of you. Do feel free, of course, always, to share this with your Facebook friends. Individually, you can send this as an instant messenger link, or just post the whole thing up to your page if you're feeling very brave and bold. I think I might be webcasting. I intended to be webcasting to Instagram as well today. Let's see if that actually worked. Let's see who's here. Hi, Bunny Barnes. Bunny, you doing your thing today at 1 o'clock Pacific time? Don't ever hesitate to tout your own stuff. Bunny's a fine finger styler herself, and does a thing every week or so. So tout away. Anybody that's watching, feel free. Isn't it a nice sound, Bunny? Hi, Miguel. Hi, Glenn. Hey, Glenn. Hey, folks. You know, Glenn and I, the Quitters, sometimes duo, sometimes trio. The Quitters duo is playing a duo show in Davis, California tomorrow. Details at the Quitters page here on Facebook. So tune us on in. Still space, beautiful backyard. It's going to be glorious weather. I think it's going to be a great show. We've had a great time there before and look forward to that again. So your Quitters, sometimes in duo, sometimes in trio configuration, are still out there. Next weekend, I believe, or is it the weekend after? They all run together. We'll be playing on the FDR's private presidential yacht. How about that? So take a look at the Quitters page here or quittersduo.com, even though it's sometimes trio. So enough about the Quitters and back to swiping left. Hi, Ken Crabtree. Robin Kessinger. Robin, how are you, man? You should get Valerie here and you could have a little chat with each other. Hi, Tom Wishing. Mark David Hamilton, nice to see you. Jeff, John, Alan, there's Alan, and David Hilliard. Mike Stevens, aloha, very good. Let me play a little bit more of this because the proof is in the pudding. Listen to this thing, and let me know if the sound is okay. I think there seems to be no complaints so far, so I suspect the thing is okay. Brand new strings. Let me tune up for just a second here. Tune up too. Join me, won't you? Aha. Tons of surprises out of this guitar. It's dead easy to play in the left hand. It's set up really beautifully. Alan knows how to set up a guitar. Great guitar. It's too bad it's so ugly, huh? Glorious, beautiful thing. Any comments or questions, fire away, because I'm going to sign off here pretty soon and turn you loose. It being Friday lunchtime. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. And do feel free to share this with any like-minded souls in any of the many methods that are available in the online realms. Surprises at every turn. I'm so accustomed to playing a regular old flat top guitar and thinking, oh, I'll bet it'll do something like this. It'll respond this way if I do that, whatever it is. And this one is different and really fun to make all those discoveries and think, oh, I could do this. I wonder if it'll make that sound. And it does. If I lighten it up, gets kind of mellow, just add a little bit, get over that edge, gets real barky. bare finger and minimal nail and extra nail, different and surprising sounds. And as you know, I'm not, as you probably know, Mighty Fine Guitars is not known for archtop guitars. I've sold a few through here over the years, including a couple of real doozies. But typically, flat top, steel string acoustic guitars. This one is close enough for me to give it a big thumbs up from the acoustic side of the world, which I'm vastly more familiar with than I am with the jazz side of the world. There's sustain, but it's still retains that kind of jazz guitar character. It's so hard to talk about sound. It's great. Can I just say, it's great. You'd like it. So come in and play it, along with several dozen other fabulous guitars. Take a look at the website, mightyfineguitars.com, and I'll be throwing, there's a few items that have come in the past week or two that are going up on the website today and tomorrow, so stay tuned for those, including yet another Martin D28 that was featured a week or two ago. And what else? The Halfling, I'll get some pictures of this going. What else is strange and startling and new? Oh, I'm afraid it looks like, who knows, but that Santa Cruz that I featured a couple of weeks ago, the little one, the size 1, the Santa Cruz 1, looks like that might be going out the door today, so stay tuned for that. Any comments or questions you have, fire them up down below here, and I'll get to them after this posts, which will be momentarily. About to say goodbye for this week. Thanks for tuning in to the Mighty Fine Guitars Friday Noontime webcast from Lafayette, California. Your old pal Stevie Coyle here, signing off. Bye-bye, everybody.